Yo guys, I'm Yellow, a Norwegian hardcore PC gamer. Today I figured that we should go through day 3 of the Columbus Pick'em Challenge. It's gonna be day 3, in which day 2 was insane. So let's go a little bit about what happened in day 2 so you people can follow along and maybe understand a little bit about my reasoning for day 3 and also the quarterfinals, which will technically be day 4. I figured I should include both in this same single video for clarity and such, in which there might be some flip-floppy changes going down. It all depends really on the performance of said teams. But then let's first go through day 2. Here is the general performance of day 2. It was insane. I mean, take a little look at the starter match of the day, which was on cobblestone, which I sadly didn't get any drops from. Sadly, I couldn't really watch too much of it, but that is how it goes when you are up early every single day. Anyways, point though is that that's 51 rounds. That's, or is it exactly? That's like 50. Let's see, 30. That's 50. No, it's like 59. Why did I think 51? My head must be at fault here. Anyways, point is that this was insane. There's not too much more to say about this performance, other than that many of the players that were playing here, they had their fair share of attempts at getting great plays, in which some were excelling in terms of just raw MVPs and raw score and raw performance, while all the teammates, they were not playing up to par. However, matter of fact is that Mousesports were able to win, and while the entire match was pretty sloppy, it really made me want to shave my head, because it was that uncomfortable of a match, this match right here. But the point I'm getting to here is that, yeah, some teams here, they were fairly predictable, while other ones weren't. This one, for example, your boy Sex God winning, that wasn't really too predictable, but then again, it happened, so I don't really know what to say. Cloud9 here getting smashed, I guess that's fine. I was expecting a little bit more, but I mean, nobody of them really showed up, so I don't really know what to say there. But I guess cool for the French guys, right? Luminosity beating Nip, that was fairly predictable. Some of the players, they were just beasting. Then moving over to the match that went into overtime, and here, I just gotta say that Liquid hit some insane shots all across the board. Everything from the lovely trades and the return fraggings that they were able to get, to just general efficiency, while also being pushed to the very limit in overtime on the most generic and annoying map ever created in Counter-Strike, which is Dust 2. So that's pretty admirable and respectable, and it was also against Fnatic, so it's gonna be interesting to see exactly how insane this lineup will be in the coming match. I'm just hyped for that. I don't care if they get smashed or not, I just want to see exactly how far they can pull this wreckage train that they got going. Now, no, it's CLG. I always mix those two together. I always mix them together. Fucking hell. Moving on. Yeah, this matchup right here, it was a bit surprising that they were able to not get more rounds, because they got a couple of interesting chances. But aside from that, though, as you can see right here, the performance of all these teammates, they're a little bit choppy. However, when they do play, they get stuff synchronized and they are able to play smartly. So it's going to be interesting to see how this will fare. I mean, then again, they were facing Astralis, and Astralis just closed out that round in a very, very funny manner. You should probably watch that VOD if you have not already. But anyways, yeah, it has been a couple of crazy matches, and so with all of these results, let's then go to the... Whoops, I misclicked because the interface is terrible, or messy, I would say. But yeah, when we then jump into the brackets right here, I'm choosing Nip over Mousesports because of how disorderful Mousesports were. But that does not mean that Nip might win. To be honest, I almost would expect this to be a 50-50 match, but for Mousesports, maybe they could win? I don't know, like, this one, it feels just like an annoying bracket for me to choose any team in. But I'm gonna go with Nip because of the longer, deeper experience. If they fall flat, I almost assume so to be, sadly. But then again, I just want close matches, which is more fun, because, you know, you get to see so much more of the more strange nuances to watch, you know, skilled teams playing. Now this won't be necessarily the most skilled matchup, but I'm just mentioning that for you people, so you got that as a reference, I guess. Fnatic versus FaZe, it's looking pretty good for Fnatic. I mean, in general, except for this little outlier match right here, they are in general pretty dependable. So I'm gonna assume that they will not fall flat this time. If they do, that is a huge slap on the nose for Fnatic, but I guess we'll see. In which, keep in mind that if they don't play too well in these best of 3 games right here, in which Fnatic is going to be one of them, I might actually change up the winner, or the one I'm going to assume will win on day 4. I might make an update video about that, but I don't think I will have to because of what I'm about to explain. But yeah, essentially, if some team play really well on specific maps and such, I might swap it up. But currently, right now, it's looking like Fnatic should win this one. But if they don't perform up to par, I might go with Astralis. It just depends on map, time, place, and how skilled they are, and all those kind of smaller nuances that you can watch as you watch the VODs. Now, CLG versus Gambit, here I gotta go with Gambit. I mean, CLG were able to play up to par, so if somebody want to bet on them instead, go ahead. But personally speaking, I found there to be a lot more order with Gambit playing. I mean, it's a European team, and some of the players got a lot more extensive experience. And yes, while they could have performed a lot better in general, even though, again, it was against Envious that they won to get there, I just have to side with Gambit because of that form. I mean, there has to be something special going on if you're able to put up a series fight on day 1 against Astralis, and then on day 2, you're able to smack out Envious, which were already on their last draw, you know? So that's pretty interesting. So definitely this is going to be an interesting matchup, even if it goes sour. So I'm pretty hyped about that. Now, Liquid should probably win this regardless, but it kind of sort of depends on how dominant Gambit will be, which is something I mentioned earlier. I could flop this one right here. I mean, it's a separate day entirely, so why wouldn't we, right? But anyways, just pointing it out that it looks like Liquid should win this one, but I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see. Yeah, Virtus.pro versus G2. Virtus.pro right here, they were annihilating G2 on Train. That was in a best-of-1 format. I don't really know what came out of Virtus.pro right there, but one thing we know for sure, and that was that did not appear on day 2 versus your boy Na'Vi. I mean, from one perspective, it could be a gap of skill in which we could assume that Na'Vi is that good, but then again, I wouldn't really say so because yeah, Virtus.pro has not been the hottest team as of late. Everybody pretty much know that. Now, I would like your boy Virtus.pro to win. That would not be a lame thing for them to happen to them. But the point though is that G2 looks a little bit more stable in general, and with the ups and downs that Virtus.pro has, I just gotta go with G2. I mean, all of these matches moving forth in the, or it would be that way for you guys watching the camera, or around me, I guess. Yeah, it's all gonna be best of 3. That means that there won't just be Train. So if, you know, Virtus.pro is lucky enough to get Train, the 2 other maps could be something else that G2 will be legitimately good on, and that will, you know, break Virtus.plow. So there's that. At least that is going to be my vague prediction. Luminosity should probably beat either of these teams with their current form. They're pretty on fire. And as stuff keeps on going, I might update either maybe some details related to this video if the predictions are just, you know, if a slight change happens. Or maybe I could go in a little bit more extensively and make an entire video. We'll see what happens. I mean, the tournament has been crazy this far, so I don't really know what to say. But yeah, anyways, that pretty much concludes this video of me breaking down the pick'em for day 3. Hopefully you people enjoy this little breakdown. In terms of the announcement, that will happen when I get enough time in the coming couple of days. I got a lot of business stuff to get through, so that is going to be terrible and interesting and annoying and also awesome at the same time. As for these games, we just gotta cross our fingers to Gaben because it's gonna get crazy. So thanks for watching, thanks for the support, have a nice day, and don't get beastified when you play.